What would you do if I gave you $100 today? Or 100 euros? Well, I can't actually give you that money. This would be a very expensive video, but I have the next best thing. I'm gonna tell you how you can get it yourself. In fact, I'm gonna tell you 10 ways that you can make your first or your next $100 as a freelancer. So I'm sure you'll find at least one that you can do, so buckle up and let's get to it. The first thing you can do is you can edit a video. Video marketing is a huge thing these days, and it's a great service to offer because number one, not everyone can edit a video, and number two, those who can edit a video maybe don't have time to do it. It's also super varied. You can edit something as short as a TikTok or something as long as a YouTube video or even a course. Or you can even help people repurpose a YouTube video into a social media post or a bunch of social media posts, so the sky is the limit. And of course, it goes without saying, but you can easily charge $100 or even more to edit a video for someone. It all depends on the length of the video and the style of the edits. Now, keeping up with a video theme, if you're not skilled in editing or you don't want to edit a video, you can record a video yourself. This obviously requires you to be somewhat comfortable in front of the camera, but I've actually done this many different times. From recording TikToks, being essentially the face of a brand, to recording UGC content or user-generated content, which is a big thing nowadays, or even recording full-blown courses for other brands. Again, the sky's the limit with this, and you can easily charge good money for it. Definitely at least $100, and especially if you're willing to be the one on camera. Now, if video is not your thing and you're more of an image kind of person, you can definitely design or redesign a logo for a brand. I've done a few logo designs back in the day, and although I didn't charge $100 for all of them, I definitely didn't know how to price my stuff correctly back in the day. You can definitely charge that rate or more if you know how to market yourself and you have some good examples to show. Next up, you can do illustrations. Fun fact, my very first job on Upwork back in 2013 was actually an illustration job. I've shared this in a video before, but basically I did 20 illustrations for some guy's birthday. I had a ton of fun and the client loved it, so if you also love to draw, I think it would be a great option for you. And again, do as I say, not as I do. I definitely undercharged for this. I believe I charged about $50, so definitely undercharged there, but on the other hand, it definitely gave me an entryway into freelancing, so I definitely don't regret it. Now, moving away from the artsy stuff for a little bit and into data entry. Data entry is definitely more on the admin side. Some people may call it boring, but nonetheless, it's a quick and easy way to make $100. You can also do it anytime, anywhere, without much equipment needed. I remember this one time I worked for this client who had all their contacts on paper for all their clients, and they basically wanted me to turn that all into digital. So I input everything into their CRM, and I actually did this sitting on a bunk bed in a hostel in London. So anything's possible. And while doing data entry, you may not be able to charge as much by the hour. It's that kind of job that you can just put your headphones on, listen to some music, and get through the day without much effort. And for sure, in a 5 to 8 hour workday, you can make $100 or even more. Now, let me pause this right here for a second and ask you, which one of these so far would you see yourself doing? Let me know that in the comments. Next up, we have social media. I had to include this one right here because if you don't know, I'm a social media manager. That's the main thing I do. But you can easily create social media posts for a brand for a week or a month and charge $100 or even more. Bonus points if you can actually go ahead and schedule those or post them manually for your clients, because in my experience, the more time you can save them, the more you can charge for it. And this is definitely something you can upsell them on. You can offer to do more posts for them. You can offer to do email marketing, engagement with their community. Again, the sky is the limit. And if content creation feels daunting and you're more of a brainstorming person, you can offer to give them some content ideas. This may seem small, but honestly, sometimes getting the ideas for the content is the hardest part. But if you browse social media on a daily and you're somewhat creative, you can definitely make some money giving people beautiful content calendars. And needless to say, you can definitely charge $100 or even more for a monthly content calendar, depending on how much research you're willing to put in the back end. Also, you can deliver these in something as simple as a spreadsheet or something as complex as a Canva design or a Trello board. Just again, get creative, study the brand, and get to work. And if they like you, again, there's so much potential here for upselling them. You can offer to create the post for them, to post them for them, to do, again, email marketing, engagement, all that good stuff. Now, if you're more gifted with words, blog post writing is definitely not bad. You can easily write a blog post for your clients for $100 or even more, depending on the length of the blog post and whether or not the client wants to give you credit for it. And bonus points here if you can do SEO optimization for the blog, if you can create the cover images for the blog post, and even if you can create the infographics that go inside that blog. Again, as always, there's plenty of ways you can upsell to the client. You can even mix this idea with some of the previous ones, and you can offer to repurpose the blog post into social media posts, into email newsletters, or even a video. Although, obviously, it's easier to turn a video into a blog post, it's definitely possible to do it the other way around. If you like words, but you're not creative necessarily, and if you happen to have the superpower of knowing more than one language, you can definitely do some translation jobs. I've also done a lot of this back in the day, and it's something that I remember being very easy to fit into my commute to college or even in pockets of time in between classes. Honestly, sometimes even during classes, but don't tell anyone. So again, it's kind of like data entry where you can do it anytime, anywhere. And depending on the size of the document and its complexity, in a lot of cases, you can easily charge $100 or more. I just want to leave a little warning here because I know there's a very popular scam where they basically, it's not a translation scam, it's a transcription scam, where they give you a PDF with some words in it and they want you to retype that into a Word document. So if someone asks you to do that, especially if it's over Telegram or something sketchy like that, please don't do it. What will happen is you'll get them the work and they'll say, okay, in order for us to pay you, you need to pay a fee, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, you're screwed. And again, especially if they offer you crazy amounts of money, like $3,000 for transcribing a single page, just block them. And last but not least, we have proofreading. Again, if you like words, but you're not creative and you don't know a second language, you can just proofread stuff. You can proofread anything from blog posts, emails, books, documents of some sort. And again, like the blog post, the length will dictate how much you can charge, but you can definitely make $100 or more in a day by proofreading. Bonus points if you can get a proofreading gig for a book that you would like to read anyway. That's essentially a win-win situation. If you have any questions about either of these or about freelancing in general, let me know down in the comments or shoot me a DM over on Instagram. I'm always there to help you guys. And in the meantime, I recommend you watch this video right here on 6 fun jobs you can do as a freelancer, and I'll talk to you there. Bye!